this two-part series, I'll explain how your electric bill may change when participating in a community choice aggregation program. For this first part, we will be focused on the electricity supply. The next video will explain additional changes to your bill associated with community solar. Before we jump into talking about your bill, let's quickly review community choice aggregation. Community Choice Aggregation, or CCA, enables municipalities to join together and aggregate the buying power of residents and small businesses, allowing them to dictate the terms of how they buy electricity. By pooling local demand with CCA, municipalities can negotiate more favorable terms, decrease electricity costs, designate preferred generation sources, choose clean energy, increase consumer protections, and support local renewable energy generation. Our community choice electricity supply programs empower municipalities to select renewable electricity for their residents and small businesses at a fixed and lower price than they would otherwise pay, often less than they would have paid historically for traditional electricity. More than 5 million customers nationwide are served by CCA supply programs in 7 states. An increasing number of New York municipalities are pursuing such programs to better serve their constituents and achieve local clean energy goals. So now let's talk about the changes you'll see in the supply portion of your electricity bill when participating in a CCA program. We'll cover these changes in detail with pictures in the following slides. But here's a quick overview of these changes. So the first thing you'll notice is a slight change in your account summary where the name of the selected supplier now appears. Next, you'll no longer see the supply services detailed in the main part of the bill where the RG&E charges appear. Instead, these supply details will be shown at the end of the bill, again with the name of the selected supplier. So the first place I'd like to look on your bill is in the account summary. Prior to these municipal programs being implemented, you wouldn't see a third-party supplier listed in the summary. That is, unless you've already switched from your utility to a third-party supplier on your own. Next, I'll show you how this will change if you are participating in a CCA program. So now this is what your account summary will look like if you are participating in a CCA program. You'll see that you now have a third-party supplier listed here along with the associated charges for this billing cycle. In this example, the third-party company is Source Power. This type of company is referred to as an Energy Services Company, or ESCO for short. You might be familiar with this line item on your bill if you've ever selected a third-party supplier on your own. Next, we'll see that the supply charges on your bill have moved. To find this, let's look a bit further down on your bill. It'll be in the Detailed Account activity on page 3. So here we have an example of what your detailed account activity would look like with both a normal RG&E bill on the left and a CCA bill on the right. On the right, you can see that as part of a CCA, you no longer see the supply charges from the utility. Instead, the supply charges from the third-party supplier will appear on the last page of your bill. Finally, here's an example of what the last page of your bill will look like when participating in a CCA program. Here, you can see a message from the third-party supplier along with the electricity supply charges for that billing cycle. Please note that while this is a new item on your bill, it is a substitution charge, not an additional charge. So now let's talk a little bit about why the charges on your bill may change from month to month under normal circumstances. The first thing that's important to note is that the utility rates from RG&E are variable and may change over time. The CCA rates, however, are fixed and will remain the same for the duration of your municipality's CCA contract. That being said, there are still several aspects of your bill and energy usage that change from month to month, and it's important to understand these if you're hoping to identify changes due to participation in a CCA program. For example, most customers' electricity usage varies each month. This could be a result of seasonal changes or changes in your routine, like if you went on vacation away from home. Also, remember that not all billing cycles have the same number of days, so a small amount of variation can be expected just from that. In addition, your bill might include charges for natural gas. The same variations can impact the gas portion of your bill, and all these variations might add up or cancel each other out. so you need to look closely in order to understand how these factors might impact a specific bill. So let's review the key takeaways from this video. First, we learned about the Community Choice Aggregation program. Second, we reviewed the changes to the supply portion of your electricity bill that you'd expect to see when enrolled in a CCA program. And third, we thought about how your electricity charges may change from month to month based on rates and electricity usage. Part 2 will explain the changes that you may see on your bill when participating in community solar. If you have questions about this video, CCA, or community solar, you can visit our website or send us an email. Thank you for watching.